Hi guys, welcome back to the Shackles of Debt, where we talk about financial literacy, money tips, and debt freedom. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, as well as visit theshacklesofdebt.com, the blog, check out the blog, as well as to check out the podcast. All of the relevant links will be down in the description below. So today's video is slightly different because I'm not going to be talking about money today. Today I'm going to be talking about myself. I want to talk about why I decided to move to New Zealand in the middle of a global pandemic alone at the age of 27. So as you can see, I don't know if you can tell, I'm currently in a hotel room. I'm actually in managed isolation. So New Zealand, they're doing a 2-week quarantine for all new arrivals, and I'm a few days into mine. I travelled from England a few days ago, so I've just been settling in to my room. By the time you see this video, I'll actually be out of quarantine and I'll be settled into my own place. And I'm so grateful to even have had the opportunity to make this move at this time, because I know a lot of people can't or haven't been able to for whatever reason. But yes, I'm really lucky. So yes, and I just want to talk you through some of the reasons why. The first reason why I decided to move to New Zealand was because I've always wanted to live in a different country. So I've been living in England, but I've always loved and I've always been fascinated by other cultures and other people's ways of living. And I've always just wanted to experience that firsthand. And, you know, when you go on holiday, you go and you're there for a few days and you start to immerse yourself in the culture and you start to learn about the people and how they live, etc. But then not long after, you have to get on a plane and go back home. But yes, I wanted something much more extended. I wanted to live in a different country for an extended period of time and just have that experience. The second reason why I decided to move to a different country was that I went through a breakup last year. And yeah, you know, it seems a bit cliche for someone to decide to move countries soon after a breakup, but yeah, here I am. After that breakup, I was kind of at a fork in the road where on one hand, I could decide to continue working and buy a house in England and settle down over there. Or now, because I didn't have anyone else to think about, I didn't have a boyfriend or anyone else to think, or anyone else's feelings to consider, I could make this decision for myself and by myself. And I decided that, you know, I can always buy a house anytime, anywhere, no matter where I am in the world. But that opportunity to up and move alone, you know, I don't know if I'll get that again in my lifetime. So actually, I need to just grab onto this opportunity. And actually having that direction actually also helped me to heal from that particular breakup. The third reason why I felt that this was a good time for me to move was that I don't have any responsibilities. And by that, I mean, I don't have any children. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have anything that was tethering me to England. I don't have anything that was so pertinent that I had to stay over there. And yes, I've got my friends, I've got my family, I've got my entire social network back in England, but they're always on the other end of the phone. But yeah, there was nothing that was physically holding me down in England. There was nothing that I had to definitely stay there for. So I felt able to actually make the move. The next reason why I decided to leave England at this time was because of England's response to the pandemic. This might be a bit controversial, but just for a bit of background, I am actually a mental health nurse. So when the pandemic broke out and when everything started shutting down and when everything kind of went crazy, I was still working on the front line. And in England, I really wasn't happy with how Boris responded to the whole situation. You know, it just didn't feel like he took the pandemic seriously, and healthcare staff didn't have like PPE. We were being put into dangerous situations by the government. And I just found Boris Johnson to be quite patronizing towards healthcare staff, and not really appreciating just the difficulties that we were going through. So with all of that, and with seeing my fellow healthcare workers get unwell, get sick, some people even died on the front line, it was quite difficult, and the anxiety was definitely heightened. And I think sort of the last straw for me was when the government decided to give all NHS workers a 1% pay rise. They later on changed it to 3%, but I'm just like, come on, it's taking the piss. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that point there. But I was really impressed with how New Zealand responded to the pandemic. They seem to be quite responsive. And I believe that working in an environment where I'm not having to worry about the virus is actually going to make me a better nurse. So yeah, I was just really impressed with how they responded to it and how they continue to respond to it. Like, even here in this managed isolation hotel, is very strict, and you can see that they're really taking it seriously. The next reason why I decided to move to a different country was that I've always wanted to work as a nurse in a different country. This is how it came about because back in 2016, I spent 3 weeks in Malawi, and in that time we got to visit 3 different hospitals, and the experience of seeing those 3 different hospitals just sort of brought it back home, just how different healthcare can be across different countries. And that's because of obviously the privilege of having money and resources and access to care. And it just brought on this desire for me to work in a different country, to get to experience what nursing is like in a different country, and to see what skills I can bring to the table and to see what I can learn from working in a different country. I will do a separate video where I speak about the whole process of me getting my New Zealand nursing registration, as well as the timeline for how I got my job, my visa, etc. So yeah, that will all be in a separate video. The next reason why I decided to move to New Zealand was that I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. Doing this is forcing me, and it has forced me to get out of my comfort zone. Because obviously when you're at home and you've got your family, you've got your friends, you've got your job. I had my job, which I absolutely loved, and it was really nice and it was comfortable there. But actually doing the whole registration, traveling alone, living alone for the first time, having to make new friends, make new connections, trust new people, live in a completely different culture that's completely different to the one that I'm used to, is forcing me to get out of my comfort zone. And it's really forcing me to grow up, and grow up very quickly. And that's not a bad thing. It's deeply uncomfortable, but I know that good things come out of discomfort. And I know that when I look back in, 2-3 years time, I will have gained like a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience from doing this. And I just look forward just to seeing how I develop as a person. So yeah, that's something I really wanted to get out of this. The last reason why I decided to make the move was that life is too short. And like I said, working as a nurse in this pandemic and seeing people who've died prematurely before their time has really just brought it back home how limited our time on earth really is. And just how when you get the opportunity to do something, just grab it with both hands and just do it. And this is my version of grabbing life with both hands and just doing it. Because I might never get a second chance. I don't know. I might, drop dead tomorrow. I really don't know. I just want to travel. I want to explore. I want to experience as much as I can with the time that I have at the moment. I'm going to insert some clips here of my flight over. It was like a 30-hour travel journey. It was very long. I've never been so tired in my entire life. So I'm just going to insert some clips so you can see me coming from England all the way to, reaching quarantine. landed in Dubai. I did not enjoy that first leg at all. Like something I ate, I think it was like the chicken I ate, just didn't sit well with my stomach, so I just had like indigestion and I just felt awful. Ugh. So really didn't enjoy that flight, and then it was just hot and it was cold and temperature wasn't great, but finally made it. And you know, the leg actually went by quicker than I thought it would. So anyway, now I'm on my way to get my connecting flight. As you can see, it's quite empty over here. My flight leaves in about an hour and a bit, so it's gonna get there, get some water, get some food, and onto the next leg. So I'm on the second flight now. Look, these are the views. The plane's pretty empty. It's not a lot of people here, but which is good. I've got the whole road to myself so far. I hope it stays that way. So yeah, 18 hours. So let's do this. Yes, I just arrived after a 30-something hour journey. So we've been allocated to the Pullman Hotel for quarantine. This is the room. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, so we've got a desk and a chair, some water. We've got, some views of the city and the water. I don't know if you can see that in the distance. Over there, there's some water. I think it's the harbour. Great views, lots of natural light. I can see into other people's balconies over there. Got massive bed. Massive bed. This chair thing. Let's see what's in here. Oh, nothing. Got the phone. Got the massive TV. Teas, coffees, mini fridge. Yep. Which is really good. What's in here? Oh, nothing. Oh, some teas as well. Some glasses. And then we've got the bathroom. Wow, that's big. That's really big. So I've got a hairdryer, some slippers. I've got a bath. Look. Wow. Okay, cute little toilet. Okay. Not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. I'm happy with this. And it was about like a 20-minute drive from the airport, and it wasn't too bad actually. It wasn't too bad. So yeah, I'm really, really tired. I should charge my phone, contact my family, let them know I'm alright. I want to sleep, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm all of the above. So I'm just gonna get to that and then check in later. So guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And let me know, have you ever visited a different country by yourself? Have you ever moved to a different country by yourself? If so, where did you go? Are you in New Zealand at the moment? Hit me up. I need to make friends. So, and I will see you in my next video.